Are you ready? Let's welcome in your host, the one, the only, Nintendo Prime. We don't have to wait too much longer because Capcom's pre-show begins in 30 seconds. Look at that. All right, let me go in here and make sure that we update the text because, you know, that is not what the text is today. It's not Ubisoft Forward anymore. But while I'm doing that, let's enjoy whatever the heck Capcom's about to do because I have no idea. But let's unmute their stream too. Because, you know, we muted it. I have no idea what their pre-show is.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Showcase pre-show. I'm Andy, this is Joe from the Capcom USA community team. Before we get to the main show, which I'm really excited about, hopefully you guys are too, we have a pre-show plan for you.
Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be doing an interview with one of our developers over at Capcom Japan. We're going to be talking to one of our voice talents who worked on Street Fighter 6. And to get things started, we're going to be highlighting a Capcom creator who's done some pretty cool Street Fighter 6 art in the past. So we're really excited about that. So let's go ahead and get that started.
Yeah, hey there, I do this, never feel loose. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I solve them on face proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you totally fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. I done inside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in. My pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back. Now break away, I'm about to bring it on. I ain't never backing down. Took a step into the play. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, I'ma go and look around.
Let's use rap music because it's edgy. I like the music, so I don't know. So their pre-show is, so far, just an artist drawing a character. Clev. On Twitter, I suppose. Interesting. How to Kill Time by Capcom, right? I mean, it's something. I wish I could draw like that. Yeah, I can't draw like that, that's for sure. I definitely cannot draw like that. Will I stream the Xbox Extended Showcase tomorrow? I don't know yet. At some point, I got to get back to normal work. You know, I don't make money on streams like this, so, and this is my job, so it's kind of like, somewhat I got to make videos because videos are what make money. You know, I haven't made a video in 5 days. Oh. There's lots of other showcases, but there's lots of other showcases. None that I'm planning to stream. The Xbox Extended one would be maybe the only one I think about, and that's at noon tomorrow. But I at some point I need to get back in normal workflow like this. I love this time of year. I really do. But at some point, I need to get back to normal.
Clev is so talented.
If I didn't have Prime Gaming Fest, I probably would be like, oh yeah, of course we'll stream it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just really cool.
But I did
how
Prime Gaming
the
Fest.
art really tells a story, right? You've got Kimberly, but then all the legacy characters from Street Fighter. It's just so cool to see. And if you really like that artwork, we are going to post that on our social media channels, so please take a look at that after the show.
And now we have an interview with the voice of Luke from Street Fighter 6, Alex Lee. Alex, how are you?
Good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Before we get into talking about Luke, how did you get into voice acting?
You're not ready for
I think
work
it was
yet.
one summer
How
day,
much do I
was
make
eating a bowl of noodles
for a
and I thought to
video?
myself, voice acting is cool. Maybe I'll try it.
Oh, anywhere.
just
I
does
mean,
it
it
all.
really depends on the viewership, right?
That's where it went.
Like the viewership determines a
Noodles
lot.
also get you.
The
to
last
the
video
role
I
of
made,
Luke.
which went up
Yeah, I
on
showed up to the
June
studio and went,
7th,
and they said,
I
"That's the
made
guy."
like
Seriously, how did you get
$35.
the role of Luke and like
The video
and, like,
before
how
that,
did you
though,
approach
no, that video had
performance?
like
when we got the
9,000
character,
views.
like,
The
character
video
design,
before
I
that
read
had
the
36,000. You know,
description,
that one made like
liked his
130
comments. I was
bucks.
like, this guy is kind of like me. Pretty much that role.
The
was
video
just
before
me
that that
trying
really
to put
blew up
myself out there and kind of relaxing a
with
little. Actually, one of the
132,000.
first
That made
roles
over
where I
400.
got to play somebody that was just like
The video
Luke's had a
before
very
that
interesting
from
journey.
that had
You know,
5,000
he
views.
started at kind of the tail end of Street Fighter
Made about
5, and
$18.
now is at the forefront of Street Fighter 6.
The video
How did you
before
approach
that
those
that had
performances?
27,000
for
views
five,
made
they wanted
$91.
something younger. So Luke had a bit more of an aggressive
8,000
attitude.
view
He was a lot
video
more
made
arrogant, he was a lot more
26.
cocky, and he was just kind of like this random punk that showed up. It was like, who wants to fight
where are
me?
we?
So for 6, we definitely
15,000,
kind of like mellowed down. He's
made
got a job
45.
now.
Like,
Wow,
I gotta, you
I
know,
guess after getting beaten up,
I
all this
gotta
time, he said,
get back to making
I'm gonna
content."
lay back a little bit and figure
You know?
out how to train myself and actually hone my fighting style.
much as I love
think
this time of
it's been
year.
a really interesting journey to see not only how his characters have like evolved, but also the reception of that change as well.
This is the first Street Fighter game that was recorded in English first, right? And you were one of the first characters to record your lines. What was the experience like, and how that
Like
changed?
today,
For me,
I've
this
made
was like
$1.40.
a brand new way to do this because in 5 is a dub.
My
so we
stream
have to match
earlier
the time,
had a
we have to
$2
match the
super
voice
chat.
line, we have to match the
YouTube
cadence,
takes
the tone,
30%. I made
and the
$1.40.
animation. So there's a lot going on. There's
So,
a lot that you have to
Like, I
adjust
need to
to
get back to
generally.
making videos.
But for 6, it was a lot more loose. It was more flow. And for the first time, we got that sweet mouth tag
let's see
where you
here.
could say anything and the characters would, automatically lip sync. So that was really, really cool. And I just had a lot more time, a lot more freedom to deliver lines how I wanted to do it. And also, again,
There's
because
rainbows
we
in
were
Tears of the Kingdom?
creating this character
have no
in the
idea.
US, I got to put a lot of my ideas into it.
Do you know who won the
That
physical
was
item?
much
Email
different process.
address.
So
Do you
speaking
need
of
us who
you
won
putting
a
yourself
physical
into
item
it
to
and
email
everything,
you our
I
address?
see
Or
online.
you
We all see online.
Yes.
Your
Jamar,
advocacy
I will
for Luke,
contact
the
you
memes, everything, how much you love them. Where does that come from?
for
What's that whole
addresses.
experience like?
when
I-
needed.
never thought
We're
this
not
day would
shipping
come when
yet,
I would get to be in a
so I don't need the address right this second.
For me, it's more about.
But once we get to boxing and everything, that's when we want the
the
addresses. I will get that taken care
with
of.
my full heart, I just was like, I'm gonna have fun with this character. Actually, some of my posts have even like reached a wider global audience.
Yes, they have.
I visited the Capcom
YouTube
Japan
takes so
office and I met up
Not
with
really.
Yama-san and the whole team over
YouTube
there.
takes
And I
30%
walked
of super
into the
chats.
studio, and they
Twitch
were
takes
like,
50.
We've all seen your Twitter. And I'm like, no.
YouTube
what
takes
happened?
30%
No. And they're like, no,
of
it's
your,
good. We like it. And they thank
memberships.
me for, promoting the character and just having fun with him.
Twitch
And
takes 50.
They wanted to use that energy and put it into how they wrote and how they made the character.
YouTube
and I
needs
was
to make
really
money,
honored by that.
guys.
People are playing Street Fighter 6 now.
Them
Any
hosting
favorite
live
lines
streams
that
is
you
not
want
free
to-
for them.
Ooh,
It costs
let's hear 'em.
YouTube money to host a live
We got
stream.
a lot of good ones. We got the Sandblast, but we also got the.
Not really, Sarah.
pretty
Their
photogenic.
servers are
That's the
doing
one
the
everyone
hard
wants
work.
to hear.
Their
That's
servers
a
and
good
their
one.
bandwidth do the hard work.
Hadouken.
Hosting
There we go.
That one was fun.
as
There's
someone
one where he
who
creates his
existed
ultimate
at a
and goes,
time
whoa,
before
wait.
YouTube
Yeah. So
and
those
used to have
those
to
are
host
all, like,
videos locally,
great
stream them
lines I remember
locally,
recording.
and provide them to
All
the
the
internet.
funniest lines,
It
we
is
got 'em in,
so
like, one take.
stupidly
And then they were like,
complicated and
"That's it, ship it."
expensive
I'm
to
like, "You
do.
sure? They're like, nope, that was good. And I'm like, I messed up. They're
I
like,
come
"That's
from
what
an
you're supposed
era
to
that
do."
had
It's
to
like,
host
right.
and do it
He's
myself.
kind of corny like that.
It used to
true,
cost
that's
me
true.
thousands a
Say
month
to the community?
just to
Thank
deliver
you
a
for
video
your support over the last
online
year. It's been amazing. I've
through
had
a
such
media
blast with this
player.
character.
Just
Interacting
in
with
terms of
community, seeing
bandwidth
all the
costs,
news online, seeing
in
all the
terms of
fan
server
art. It's been
costs,
so much fun. And
just to
also,
have
thank you for
5,000
kicking my butt
views.
online. That's awesome too. I
It
love
would
that
cost
part.
me
That's so cool.
several
Thank you, guys.
$1,000s a month.
No, seriously,
So
though. Thank you so
I
much.
know
For everyone else at home, please stick around. We have
what it
an
takes
interview
for
with
YouTube to
localization
provide the
director
platform it
Andrew
does
Alfonso
that
we
just
recorded,
works.
and that's coming up.
I have no problem with them taking money.
We're going to take you a little bit behind the scenes.
They need
today,
it.
and,
YouTube
we've got a
doesn't
special
even
guest to
make
do that
money.
for us.
YouTube breaks
We're with
even
Andrew
every year.
Alfonso,
YouTube doesn't
coming
even
to us
profit.
all the way from Osaka, Japan.
I got
He works
no
over
problem with
at,
them taking
Capcom
30%
Japan. So,
because
Andrew,
they
would you like
built
to
all the
introduce yourself?
stuff I'm using.
Yeah, sure. Hey,
They
guys.
built
So,
the
yeah,
video
I'm,
player. They
localization
built the
director at
streaming
Capcom
platform. They
Japan.
provide the
I've
servers,
been at
and they
Capcom
built the
for
entire
17
monetization
years now. It's
platform
been
that
quite a while.
enables super chats.
My first game that I worked on was
I didn't do any of
Rayman
that.
Star Force for the DS.
They did
After
that.
I
They
worked
provide
on
that.
A bunch of Ace
I'm not
Attorney
one of
games,
those people
Ace
that goes,
Attorney 3,
that
4,
should just
5,
be
and the
free.
Stations. After that, I worked on.
It is
the Monster
free.
Hunter series
I didn't
about
pay for
10
any
years.
of it.
And now I'm.
But the
back
cost
on
is they
Street
take
Fighter series,
30%.
And
You know,
yeah, the
and
latest game
that's
that I worked on was Street Fighter 6.
more than fair.
Was just released.
Just an amazing tenure over at Capcom.
I'm surprised it's only
But is there one
30%,
in
to be
particular, a
honest.
project that you've worked on?
Cody
that's really near
B!
to your heart?
I would say the number one is usually Monster Hunter 4
Thank you so
Ultimate.
much, bud.
That was kind of the first game that I really got to work with the dev team very closely, especially the directors, Fujioka San.
No, I'm not sitting here saying that,
Number
you know,
two is
their
definitely,
parent company needs the
Street
money.
Fighter 6.
Alphabet,
Because just working
Google,
with Nakayama-san and Matsumoto-san,
$1 trillion
it's just
company.
been
I'm
an
not saying they
absolute
need the money.
pleasure. Their kind
Obviously.
of philosophy on how game
I just
development should
understand how
work,
this works.
has always been very
So-
appealing. So I was really happy to have this opportunity to work with them.
30% don't
Street Fighter
bother me.
6.
Love working with them, and they've been amazing. But before we get into like Street Fighter
So yeah, like
6,
when you
can
guys
tell us
saw
a little
that
bit
first
more
day of Prime
about
Gaming Fest go over
localization,
1,000,
the different responsibilities,
300
and
of
what
it's
all
gone like
about?
that.
You know, obviously we do, you know, translation and text into the text and
That
whatnot.
being said,
But we also handle a lot of.
that's the problem with
the,
live
voice
streams.
direction
Live
for our
streams,
games. On top of
live
that, we
streams as a
also
content
get
creator are
involved a lot in
1,000%
motion
reliant
capture
on
for games.
fan funding.
We also do
Fans
stuff
need to
just to
super
help the
chat.
dev teams out,
Fans need to
in
gift
terms of, like, you know,
memberships.
diversity and
Blah, blah, blah.
culturalization and stuff like that. I do.
And
remember
without
that, you
that,
know,
streams don't
Nakayama-san
make money.
mentioned in an interview last
So,
time where we were.
One
he
reason
was
why I
talking
love
about,
making
you know,
video
Kimberly
content
in
is
Street
nobody
Fighter
has to give
6.
me a dime, and I'm
you know,
good.
he, you know, he had a lot of consultants, you know, working with him to get the design just right. He also talked to
How was my
Capcom
nap?
employees, and that's actually you know,
Nappy.
the localization team. He came to us and
I slept.
you know,
And
asked
now
us
I'm
for
here.
our feedback on not only Kimberly but also you know
Oh.
Lily and also DJ, you know, to make sure that those
Never
characters
streamed it
are,
now.
you
Works
know,
yet.
in
It's
a
just
good
a
spot, for
complicated.
fans, and you know the
For
designs
them.
are
For
not only
me-
cool but also you know something that is going to be appealing to a worldwide
I mean, look,
audience.
this is how
Yeah, tell
complicated it
us,
was for me.
You know how you're involved in the game. How you
I
kind of
woke
got started
up
on the project. I know it's probably
At
really long road for you, so Just
10.
tell us about kind of your experience in the development.
Yeah, sure.
Mosey
it's been
down
a
here.
very long
typed
And
in
it's
my
been about 3
login on my
years, at least
computer,
For me, I got started off.
opened
because, my
OBS,
grandson asked me if I
hit
could
a
help him out
button,
with
hit
the,
another button,
with
and I was live.
prototyping. He wanted to, get me in early because he knows that
I
I
didn't
was
have
a
to do
big fighting
anything.
game
I
fan.
just
I know
woke up
a
and
lot of things
streamed.
that we should try to improve
Now,
for not only just Street Fighter fans, but also for a newer audience that they're trying to, get with Street
there
Fighter
was
6. He brought
at
me
some
on,
point I had to
mainly
set
for
up
that,
the
but also
stream
because they were
layout,
going to be working
but you only really
on
do
this
that
new
once.
commentary
So.
system. That was going to be a first for the series, so they asked me to
Mitzel,
come on
thanks
early
for the
just
5.
to get that sorted out so that we could have
I
something
appreciate it.
very
Where's
natural
my
for
feature? There it is.
the English speaking audience that
Bam.
are going to use this commentary
No
system.
message, but
So
thanks
we're
for the
definitely
fiber, man.
gonna
I
hit
appreciate
on
it.
the real-time commentary feature later, but before that,
Yeah,
what were some of your goals as a local?
I might even make a
localization
video
director for
tonight. We'll
Street
see.
Fighter 6, and what do you hope fans come away with
I
in
gotta
terms of the
get
story,
back to
characters,
video.
or
I don't
just
even know what news is
anything?
out there.
One
I
of the
haven't
goals
looked at
that I told
Nintendo
the
news in
director
forever.
was this game has a huge legacy, long legacy. We need to give it the localization that it actually deserves. We need to make sure that this, people come away with this, the better understanding of all the characters, and the characters that they already love, they fall in love with them all over again. The other goal that I had was, because I knew that we were going to be working on World Tour mode, we had stuff like the modern controls to appeal to new users. We're trying to aim for a lot of
the
new
chat's
players
on.
to
I'm
come
gonna
in,
see if I
and
can
we had to make
refresh
this
it on
as beginner friendly as possible. We're not going to be throwing a lot of FGC community terms in there. We're going to try to explain things in a very natural but easy to understand way. And also, like a lot of for example, like a lot of the attack names are still in Japanese, and Karen's Super Ardent Street Fighter 5 is just completely in Romaji. They just translated from Japanese to English without actually translating it. So no one actually ever said the name of her, attack. And I said, this is not something that you want. You want something that people can kind of attach to. They get attached to the name, and especially with this new commentary system, we want people to kind of call out these attack names so that people get this certain affinity for it, and they start to grow attached to it. And that's kind of like the two high-level goals that I had for this localization.
Tell us a little bit more about the real-time commentary feature.
Nagemas-san, when he approached me about this, I'll admit that I was very, very against the idea, to be honest with you, because I just heard this and I just thought, no, we can't do it. And it's not because I thought the idea was bad. I just kind of thought about it for about a couple of seconds, and I thought about the scope of this. I play a lot of sports games, so I know how they do the commentary in those games, and they always spouse about, we recorded 50,000 lines. For Monster Hunter, we only recorded 5,000 lines. So making that huge jump in line count is just a huge mountain to scale. So I was kind of taken aback. But I kind of settled down, and we did go with the first person we did go with. He's just as a person.
We do have Streamlabs for donations. We have a Streamlabs link to do direct donations. I prefer super chats because they pop up in the chat and they're easier to feature, and they look cooler. It sounds weird. Oh, you're willing to give up 30% of your revenue? Yeah, I am.
There's no better counterpart to,
because I want to create the best user experience, not the best of what lines my pocket, right? What lines my pocket is not as fun for the end user. So I'd rather focus on the user experience. As for Terrence D. Clark saying the FTC is blocking Microsoft, that's technically not what the FTC is doing. The deadline on the deal is July 18th. And what the FTC is worried about is Microsoft going to close the deal, any day now, basically. And the FTC technically hasn't blocked the deal yet. What the FTC is doing is building a case to potentially get the deal blocked. But they've been doing that this whole time. They've been doing this since December of last year. The FTC has made it known that they're trying to build a case to block the deal. Now, they've had 6 months, 7 months to build this case, and they still haven't successfully done it yet. So what the FTC wants to do, because basically, if the deal goes through before the FTC builds their case, it won't matter. Once the deal is done, signed, sealed, and locked in legally in the US, the FTC can't do shit. And they know it. And right now, the FTC has nothing preventing the deal. Microsoft could sign the deal today, and nothing could stop it in the US. Because the FTC hasn't technically filed anything to block the deal. Now, what the FTC is doing is asking a U.S. federal district court to have a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction to stop them from signing the deal for 2 weeks. Okay. So they're trying to delay Microsoft's ability to sign the deal now and say, hey, you need to wait at least 2 weeks. Now, why do you need to wait at least 2 weeks? So the FTC can have more time to complete its official filing to a federal judge to block the acquisition. The FTC just wants an extra couple weeks.
The Street Fighter and the
But
Capcom
technically,
games out there
at
that
the
get
moment,
the
Microsoft could sign it right now.
Showcase happening?
Activision could sign it right now. And nothing could stop that. Because the FTC hasn't actually blocked it. Because the FTC can't block it.
How the writing is and how the voice.
The FTC
I've always been keeping track of that.
is a regulatory board,
And to everybody for watching.
but their regulations are not legally enforceable. They have to send the regulations to the federal court, and the federal court determines
It's really great to talk to everybody and show off your content. We do want
if they're going to be enforced or not. So they have not blocked the deal. They would like to block the deal. They have had 7 months to build a case to block the deal. And for some reason, they need 2 more weeks. Sounds like to me the FTC is almost admitting they don't have a very strong case. So because the FTC doesn't have a very strong case, they want 2 extra weeks to try to find that bullet that can just ensure it would be blocked. Because right now, there's no guarantee a federal judge would even side with the FTC on this, because both sides are going to have their arguments. Microsoft and Activision are going to come prepared. They have deep knowledge of this industry. They have some of the world's best lawyers, and they're going to be prepared to make their case. The FTC is not as knowledgeable about this space and going to attempt to just strong arm the blockage. Doesn't mean it's going to work. So we're in this situation where we already knew the FTC for over a year, over half a year, was trying to block the deal. The FTC has been unable to, in 6+ months, put together a significant enough case to do it. So the FTC is just trying to get more time. They're trying to get more time. So the way it stands right now is a U.S. judge will need to decide if they're going to issue a temporary restraining order to restrict Microsoft from closing the deal for 2 weeks, and a preliminary injunction that would prevent them from closing it until the result of the FTC's legal challenge. So here's the 2 things. The TRO would prevent them from signing it for 2 weeks. The preliminary injunction, that's what the FTC really wants, would prevent them from signing the deal until after the FTC's legal challenge. And here's what the FTC is trying to do. And I know Microsoft is going to present this to the judge. The FTC knows the deal expires after July 18th. If they get to July 19th, the current dates on the deal are no longer valid, and the deal can't be signed. They would have to submit a new deal. And the FTC knows it. The FTC is trying to drag this out until the deal expires. Kind of crazy, huh? Welcome to the court system. Welcome to the court system. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Because then the FTC ain't got to do shit because the deal will just expire. And then when they bring a new deal, guess what has to happen? The new deal has to then be reapproved by all the governing boards. So here we go again. If the FTC can delay the signing of the deal and get past the July 18th deadline, the new deal that would be submitted has to go back out and get reapproved by all the boards. And that's what the FTC is trying to do. Because they don't have a case to stop the sale. So we'll see if the judge grants it. We'll see if the judge grants it. The judge might not grant it. The judge might see what they're doing and not let it happen. But that's up to a judge. That's up to a judge. So, now, Windows has been a monopoly for how long? They're not a monopoly. That is not even true. They got in trouble for monopolistic practices many, many, many decades ago. But they're not actually a monopoly. I'll give you a nice example. What's this up here? Is that an Apple logo? Huh. If they're a monopoly, then why am I live streaming right now on a Mac? Windows is not a monopoly. If Windows was a monopoly, how come most of the server infrastructure in the world runs on Linux? Windows, believe it or not, is not a monopoly. They are not the only viable option on the marketplace being used. We have 3 major players in Linux, Mac, and Windows. They are, by definition, not a monopoly. Resident Evil 2 Cloud. I'm sure everyone cares about that. Anyways, and Nixie said earlier, dude, you really understand how and why things are the way they are, and I appreciate that out of you. Hearing people complain about them taking so much, don't realize how much they've given. I think what happens is people look at the parent companies, in this case Alphabet, which owns Google, and then Amazon for Twitch, and they go, these are $1 trillion companies. They can afford to give creators more. Yes, they can afford to give them more. They're also $1 trillion businesses. They didn't get to be $1 trillion businesses by losing money on their projects. Twitch is an example. Why are they changing everything to 50%? Why are they trying to strong arm ad changes and all this stuff? Amazon is losing money on Twitch. Amazon doesn't want to lose money. You don't get to be $1 trillion companies by losing money. Amazon does not want to lose money. So, Twitch is losing them money, so they're trying to figure out how to make Twitch stop losing them money. YouTube is not technically losing money, but if they start making it more friendly, let's say it goes 90-10, 90% of revenue of every super chat, of all the ads, of everything, because ads are 50-50, and all the super chats and memberships are 70-30. But let's say it went 90-10. YouTube would actually start to lose money. And when it's losing money and negative, what do you think happens at a company like Google and Alphabet? They start to slowly shut it down. Or they go way of the opposite direction. And instead of it being 70-30, it's now 50-50. It's now 70-30 Google. So I understand how all the technologies work. I know why things cost the way they are. And I know that each business underneath these trillion-dollar companies are treated as separate individual businesses that need to be able to be sustainable. Twitch at the moment is not sustainable, and Amazon knows it. But they aren't sure what to do about it. They don't want to just close it down and watch YouTube and Google own videos and streaming. So they don't know what to do. They're trying to find a way to turn it around, and they don't know they don't know what to do about it. And YouTube has found a way to be sustainable by not necessarily being profitable, but not being a profit loss. By breaking even every year, they have ensured they are a sustainable company. They might not be a company that's for profits, but then Google can go, look, we don't lose money on this, and we don't look at it as a for-profit venture. What we do look at it as is an avenue to push other products of ours that are for profit. So it all works out for Google, because Google sees value in YouTube because it breaks even, that they can use it in other ways to make money. But because Twitch doesn't break even, Amazon doesn't know what to do. So they're panicking. And YouTube's just sitting there like, we're good. So 70-30, whatever. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber for a living, man. Like, clearly I'm okay with it. Here we go. They're starting up. Let's go. Let's crank it. 7. Let's do this. Let's do it. I thought they were about to bring up the 4 for 40th anniversary. Let's do it. What do we got, Capcom? Bring the goods. Bring the goods.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Capcom Showcase. Before we get started, we'd like to share that June 11th, 2023 marked Capcom's 40th anniversary.
This just happened.
A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans that we can celebrate such a milestone. We look forward to creating many more games in the years to come, and we hope that you'll continue to enjoy them. Now it's time to show off our latest titles at the Capcom Showcase. Stay tuned until the end so you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at this video.
So we've already seen this trailer in our prior showcase. I'm going to show us some more of what this game's actually about. Yeah, like this is like the exact same trailer we've already seen. See, this is what happens with Capcom showcases sometimes. They're just repeat stuff we've already seen. They showed this in, I think, the Xbox Showcase or the Summer Game Fest, one of the two. Like that exact trailer.
Traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE Engine. Experience a unique blend of strategy and action in this epic tale. A beautiful yet unsettling world of mystery awaits in Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess. Coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Windows, PlayStation 5, and Steam. Mega Man X Dive Offline is coming to Steam, iOS, and Android. The Deep Log, which holds collected memories of the Mega Man X series, is under attack. Dive into cyberspace using hunter programs to recover data before it's too late. Play as Mega Man X and other characters from the Mega Man franchise, including characters that haven't been playable before. Level up your favorite characters and equipment to create a powerful hunter. Power up your weapons and more to customize your character.
And that's how they're going
however
to charge you
want.
money. You're going to have to buy currency to level your characters up.
Mega Man X Dive
You can
Offline.
already see how it's going to work on mobile. Rank your characters up by spending
Control and
money.
develop over 100 different characters. Play as a variety of characters, including new heroes created for Mega Man X Dive. Complete stages and use element medals to recover memory pieces. Then analyze recovered memories to unlock characters.
You literally see the currency being used. Like, come on. You're clearly going to have to buy that currency.
There are more than 900 stages to play. Challenging mechanics and enemies await on classic and new stages. You're bound to clash with familiar bosses from the past.
All things Mario. I know it's nice to dream that Elden Ring could sell 10 million on Switch. No third-party game has done that. Let's not overstate how many sales would actually happen with Elden Ring on Switch.
Mega Man X Dive Offline launches in 2023.
Might sell a mill if it's lucky, and they just don't think it's worth porting the game for 1 million in sales.
Now, here's the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
A new era of fighting games is upon us. Street Fighter 6 launched on June 2nd.
Very microtransaction. I could just
already
tell,
received an enthusiastic
looking how the
welcome
game's
from fighting
mechanics
game
work
fans
with
around the
upgrading and
world.
everything. I'm like, dude, that game is going to be
Street Fighter 6
very,
includes
very
World Tour, an
microtransaction
expansive
heavy.
single-player story mode. Fighting Ground, the core fighting game experience made even more accessible. And Battle Hub, a social space where players from around the world can compete and hang out. These are the game's 3 main modes. In addition, we're planning to release new fighters and content, so you can enjoy the game for a long time to come.
I mean, you knew they were going to talk about Street Fighter 6, but it's like,
Street
it's already
Fighter
out.
6 is out
What
now
do we-
for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4.
I never
Xbox
understand
Series
Capcom
X,
Showcases,
Xbox
man.
Series S,
So they showed
and
us a
Steam.
trailer we already
Don't
saw a
miss
few
it.
days ago. They've now just advertised straight up, hey, here's Street Fighter 6, it's already out. Go buy it, please.
We also have an announcement for Capcom Pro Tour 2023. This year's Capcom Pro Tour will
And then they
feature
advertised
Street
a
Fighter
Mega
6,
Man
the
mobile
newest
game.
entry in the series. Players from around the world will compete in regional matches and battle.
I don't
to
think
be this
Capcom
year's
understands
champion.
why people tune into showcases.
To celebrate the launch of Street Fighter 6, this year we have our largest prize pool ever.
You know?
The total prize pool for Capcom Pro Tour is over $2 million.
I will say, this is one
$1
area where they got
million going to
Nintendo. Look at
first
this.
place.
Street Fighter 6 is not even
Capcom Pro
close
Tour
to as popular as
2023
Smash.
will feature 3 types of
And they're
tournaments.
offering $1 million prizes.
Online premieres,
And
offline
Nintendo
premieres,
offers
and
you
World Warrior.
a t-shirt
The
and a
winners of
trophy.
each tournament will advance to the World Finals at Capcom Cup 10.
It would be nice to see Nintendo offer some big money cash
which
prizes.
player will crush the competition and take home this year's championship.
That's one thing all these other people get right with
Next,
these.
we have news about Street Fighter League Pro JP 2023. In Street Fighter League,
I don't think that
the world's top
Capcom doesn't
players
understand
form
its
teams of 4
community.
and compete
I
in
think they don't
official Capcom
understand
Team League matches.
what
We have the
showcases
largest number
are
of teams
for.
ever. The opening match will be held on July 7th and will be streamed live on the Capcom Fighters
There's a
JP
difference.
channel on
Showcases
YouTube and Twitch.
don't just bring in your usual fans.
Don't forget about the
Showcases
Street Fighter
bring
League
in
World
a much
Championship
larger audience. It's
2023.
being streamed by IGN. It's being streamed by
US and
GameSpot. It's being
European
streamed
leagues will determine the
all
teams
over the
that will
place.
Go on to compete in the World
So
Championship.
showcases are about getting new consumers and just re-showing
Get
off
up
things that
close
are
and
already
personal
out.
with Resident Evil 4
You
on
know?
PlayStation 5. The game's main story will be playable in VR with PlayStation VR 2. Thanks to the power of PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to experience an even more immersive version of the game. Take aim as you fight to survive. RE4's cutting-edge knife action is a core part of the game, and the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller makes parrying even more intuitive. Experience extreme survival horror firsthand.
Example.
Resident Evil 4 VR mode is a free DLC exclusive to PlayStation
This is
VR
already
2.
out. It's already out. This isn't new. It's already out. They're just advertising
Now, on
things
to
you
the
could
next
already
game in
buy.
today's lineup.
So far, it's just been advertised. Like, hopefully this is something worthwhile. Let's see here. Maybe that concludes their marketing. Their marketing. Their marketing.
Up you go. Sorry, kiddo. We still got a ways to go.
No, Resident Evil 4 VR isn't out on PlayStation 2 VR yet. It's been out on other VR platforms this whole time. It's been out since 2021. It's rated as one of the best VR experiences there is. RE4 VR literally exists on Quest, and oh my god. Just literally Google Resident Evil 4 VR. My lord, guys, it's been out since 2021. It just hasn't released on PlayStation 2 VR or PlayStation 5 VR yet. Yes, I understand. Not the remake version.
It's almost time for Ghost
I'm
Trick.
done.
Here's the latest on the game.
Hello everyone, I'm Shu Takumi, the original creator of Ghost Trick. It's almost time for the game's release, and I can't wait for you to play it. But first, let's get started with this. The demo for Ghost Trick is available now for download. The story stars a lonely spirit named Cecil. In the course of solving his own murder, he will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. Things may seem unrelated at first, but each person plays a vital role in Cecil's story. And together, their stories will lead him to one ultimate truth. So think of the demo as a doorway, inviting you into a great big mystery. It's been 30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met many new people.
I don't like VR in
and there were
general.
many
I'm
miracles that
curious.
occurred during its
I don't
development.
enjoy it.
I have no doubt these experiences are what shaped
Beat
Ghost Trick
Saber is
into
about the only game I've
unforgettable
ever
experience.
enjoyed in VR.
To the team that lovingly ported this game, and all the fans who have shown so much love towards it, I'm so grateful to all of you. I'm thrilled that through this rebirth, Ghost Trick will be available to so many more people around the world. now to wait for its release. And one more thing, I practiced very, very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance. So, should be me someday, it will make me very happy if it could speak in Japanese.
Capcom. Look, the game looks good. It's okay. Let it go, Nate. This is what Capcom does.
From the creator of the Ace Attorney series, Shu Takumi, this classic mystery game is being reborn. One night, a man named Sissel loses both his memory and his life. Using the powers of the dead, he tries to solve the mystery of his own death. The only clue he has is a red-headed detective. A night of
2 years and counting, says Bama. Oh, are you finally been a member for 2 years, man?
Brimming with a sense of justice.
Nice, you just got the blue.
She too is
the blue bomb. Nice, man.
Witnesses her death.
And thanks for the 5 gifted memberships for let's see, Sheena Mims,
Why was I killed?
Sky, Leo, Vivian04, Boot the Newt, and Nintendo.
What does it mean that I was
Nice,
given
man.
these powers of the dead? Use the powers of the dead to possess and trick items. The controls are easy. Connect Sissel's glowing blue soul to the core of objects to possess
I mean, look, this is not a very
Possess
well
the
put together
tire.
presentation, in my
them.
opinion.
Possess the bowl.
It is maybe
Possess
the
star
worst
ornament.
put together
You
presentation
can
so
then
far.
trick the objects you possess. Trick the guitar to play it. What will happen when you trick the cart? Trick the door to open it.
But I expect it at this point.
Possessing
You know?
and tricking objects will let you access new areas.
I expect it at this point.
Sissel can go
Later,
back
Bama.
4
Thanks for
minutes
stopping by, bud.
before someone's death. What happened before her murder?
Because,
Those clues are hidden in the past.
like, Capcom's showcases are just
Follow
bad
past events
every
in
year.
real time.
Just
The limit,
every year they're
however,
bad.
is 4 minutes. Help people avoid near-death predicaments and change their fates.
OT. I mean, look, I
Sissel will
didn't
face death
watch
in
all
many
4 hours of
forms.
OTK, but
Changing their fates will change
it was more
the story.
entertaining. There's that.
And that story must be linked in some way to the mystery of Sissel's death. Ghost Trick, launching on June 30th,
No, that's all we needed.
2023.
That segment right there. We didn't need the one
Demo
where
version available
the
now.
developers out there talking.
Don't miss the pre-order bonuses.
Saying how he had to practice
the
all this
official
time to
website for
speak English.
details.
No, you didn't. Capcom should have made you go on camera. They could have had you come on camera and use the translation like Nintendo does. Nintendo's done this for years. When you put Japanese developers on screen, just do
Now
an
on
English
to the next game
voiceover.
in today's
Don't force
lineup.
them to have to learn a language they don't know for a presentation. Like, whose idea was that? That's stupid. Nintendo's been doing this for like a decade. Have them talk in their native tongue and voice over it. Why? I feel bad that the guy felt forced for weeks to learn how to speak a speech from a language he doesn't know. Now that's stupid. Whose idea? That should have never happened. He should have never been put in that position. It's so dumb. Ace Attorney, though, Apollo Justice, new game. New Ace Attorney, let's go. Finally, a new game. Here we go. Or is it new? Dual Destinies, wait a second. Is this new? Can't remember. I have to look up all the Ace Attorney games. The subtitles. I don't know the subtitles of all the Ace Attorney games. Yeah, there's gotta be a collection. Let's see here. Yeah, is it just a collection? Yeah. The Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. Yeah. Bait and switch. It's not new because Apollo Justice was a new name. But it's just 3 older.
In Ace Attorney,
Games
players
coming
serve
back.
as lawyers for the falsely accused. Battle
But
for
it's cool.
justice in the courtroom.
I'm fine
and
with old
uncover
games
the
coming back.
truth. Now, the 4th, 5th, and 6th mainline Ace Attorney games are being brought together to share the story of Apollo Justice and
Like,
his
why can't we
allies
get a
in
new
the
one?
dark age of the law.
Are they
On
allergic to
Nintendo
new
Switch,
games?
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows.
Are you
and
allergic
Steam.
to new games? Come on, man.
The colorful characters and
It's
courtroom
fine.
drama of
Yes,
each game
I'm
have
fine
been
with.
relitigated.
You know what?
in
Maybe they're gonna
beautiful
follow it
full
with a new
HD.
one. Maybe
Available
they
in
announce
7
this
languages:
and then drop it.
Japanese,
Drop a new
English,
one. I would
French,
drop a new one, then
German,
announce this. I go the
Korean,
opposite
and
direction. but-
traditional and simplified Chinese. We've also added voice
Anyways,
recordings for the new
we'll see what
languages.
happens. I know I'm
We're
being
sure
overly
there's no
critical of Capcom, by
objection
the way.
to
Their
everything
games are
included in
actually
this
really
collection.
damn good.
Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy is currently in development for release in early 2024. Please look forward to more information about this collection in the future.
They just HD'd some old Ace Attorney games and put them in a collection.
Next, we have some Capcom news to share.
Is it a new game? Okay.
This
40th
month marks
anniversary.
Capcom's
More
40th
collections?
anniversary.
I'm guessing more
As part of the
collections.
celebration, we've opened a digital theme park called Capcom Town.
Yeah. I saw this on their website.
Take a stroll through the museum to view original artwork and other materials from various titles on display. You can even play a few of Capcom's beloved classics for free.
That's pretty neat.
Head on
That's
over
pretty
to the
neat.
castle to cast your vote in the Capcom elections. Participants will receive a special reward, so don't miss out.
Okay. A wallpaper?
wait for
That's
everyone
probably
to
the special
enjoy this
reward, probably a
attraction.
wallpaper.
Along with the many other fun experiences we've prepared at
Capcom Town!
A Capcom ID account is required to play Resident Evil RE-Verse, our new upcoming title Exoprimal, and to use the online features of Street Fighter 6. You can also use this account with other Capcom services and campaigns, such as a survey about today's Capcom Showcase. We'll release more titles and services compatible with Capcom ID soon. Register now for Capcom ID.
Okay.
Now for the latest on Exoprimal ahead of next month's launch.
I mean, this makes sense. The game's coming out next month.
Hello, everyone.
No, this is the
I'm
main
Takedo
show.
Hidoka, the director of Exoprimal. I'm excited to share the latest Exoprimal news with you all. But first, let's check out this video.
See, look, they did it there. They did it there. Why'd they make the other guy speak English? They just.
Hello? Thought I heard activity on this frequency. Hello? My name is Garrett Siles.
Basically, the IB's godfather. He was responsible for the entire.
He said he had to practice for 2 weeks.
I assume?
That's not someone who really knows English.
Exosuits were developed right here.
That's like saying, I know Spanish,
It's our only shot. We need
but I can't actually say any of the words, so I need to look at a pre-selected speech for me and learn how to say it for 2 weeks.
Intact and hot off the presses. The access codes to override Leviathan. You can shut it down.
Yeah, Exoprimal has looked good the whole time. So.
Heisel.
The fuel
Make some tea.
All this
I'm
time,
good.
Heisel is a
I don't like
side
tea.
effect of time travel? Did they just juice it out of dead dinosaurs?
At least we know why dinosaurs bleed blood. Lozol. Unrefined Lozol in the blood.
Like, even if it was his idea to speak in English, someone at Capcom needs to go, no. It's just not, it does not make for a good presentation. No offense to him. But it took way too long because he struggles to speak. And all they needed to show of that game was what they showed after he was done talking.
All Anchor project files have serial numbers. Look for anything starting with 181. That's the project
Anyways.
code for Leviathan's core.
I'll stop being critical because this game is actually good. Or looks good anyways.
The Hammerheads.
Well done. You fought desperately and survived.
I hope this game
Exosuit development project.
I hope
is
this game
nearing
slaps next
fruition.
month, man.
Activating massacre module.
It's looked really
Summoning
cool every time we've
Neo
seen it for the past year.
This is all helping to make a better exosuit.
Good hunting, Ace.
Exoprimal.
Presenting my most exciting combat project, the Savage Gauntlet.
Exactly, Harry. How well will this sell? I don't know. It depends if it becomes a darling game. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, Survival Pass Season 1 Premium tier, so it looks like it's going to be a bit more of a games as a service type thing. If it comes out and it's really, really good and people love it.
A lot of new info. Before we dive in,
I mean, it could take off.
To all the players who participated.
It could take off and be like a 5 to 10 million seller.
We were extremely pleased
if
to
it
have so many
lands on its face, then it might sell a
a
mill.
lot of invaluable feedback.
And that's it.
We can't thank you enough.
It's hard to know until we get to play the game.
The Dino Survival content were made available for the open beta test. Today,
ooh, here
we'll
we
be
go.
Introducing more content included in the full game.
Okay.
Let's take a look at what you can expect when Exoprimal launches on July 14th. Let's start with the story. Ace, the game's protagonist, is transported to the year 2040 and forced to participate in a never-ending series of war games.
A game like this
The
makes
story
sense to be on
unfolds
Game
as you
Pass
play
because you're gonna have
through
to
Dino
buy
Survival, the game's main mode.
or
gathering
if it's
intel
like
to
normal
update the
games as a
analysis
service,
map,
you'll have the progression
unravels
you can
the
make
mysteries
without it.
surrounding
Then you can also
parallel
buy the
worlds
season
and
pass.
an AI entity known as Leviathan.
So it's the perfect
At
game for Game
times,
Pass because
players
it'd be
will
like,
also engage
oh, you don't
in
have to spend
special
$70
boss
to buy
battles
it.
as part of the main
But then
story.
you would still spend money on
Dino
the season
Survival
pass.
mode will also
So
change as the story progresses.
it makes sense to be
You'll
on Game
unlock
Pass.
new missions with a variety of objectives, including 10-player co-op, a multitude of dinosaurs to fight, and more maps.
But it's definitely a games as a service game.
The game will also feature
It looks
an
good.
assortment of unlockables and
But you never
challenges.
know which game as a service game is going to catch
Modules
on.
can be used
Because
to
it's total
enhance
crapshoot. You
exosuits
either
and modify
catch on and
active
become a
skills.
mega hit or you die.
These modules can be
And
obtained
you just
by
don't know
fulfilling
what the
certain
next game
conditions
as
while
a
you play the
service game is going to hit.
You can also personalize your appearance
Yeah, like
with
Fortnite.
a variety of
I
cosmetics,
like games as a
such
service
as
games
exosuit
when they hit.
skins, weapon skins,
Unfortunately,
decals,
everyone
and
tries
emotes.
making them now,
The
and
game
most
also
of them
features a special
crash
5-player
and
mission
burn.
that changes weekly.
So
compete with squads from around the world.
Here's
for the
hoping this one
fastest
doesn't do
completion
that.
times, or by earning awards through achievements, like most
Here's
damage blocked
hoping
with
this
a
one
tank
doesn't
suit
do
in
that,
battle.
and that this is one of the ones that makes it because I love the
There are many
idea.
ways to
I
enjoy
love the
game,
dinosaur
even
stuff.
After completing the main story.
I love how the
Took
different
your feedback into consideration as well.
gameplay modes there are
In the
here
full version of
versus
Exoprimal,
some of the other
we
games as
plan to
service
implement
games.
a mode
It
where
just feels
victory
different.
Is determined by completing missions
So
as
here's
quickly
hoping
as
that
possible,
this is one that
instead
makes
of direct
it.
combat with other players. We hope you look forward to that. Now, let's go over all the new
Yeah,
info
Sea of Thieves
just
does pretty
on
good with their season pass. Sea of Thieves is more like an MMO though.
Who was
you
that
know?
new face at the beginning?
It's a little bit of a different
Meet
category
Dr.
of game.
Science, the developer of the exosuits, and the head of Anchor Division, IBS's elite research group based on Bikitoa Island.
It's alright, no one's required to like the stream. I appreciate you dropping the like though.
Stratovator, a space
419
elevator that
Mungo. We're at
extends from
80
the
likes.
Anchor Division research facility into orbit will also be a playable map. Incredible battles will unfold while exofighters and dinosaurs clash atop this massive space elevator. Players will even encounter dangerous mutations of dinosaurs known as neosaurs, the most deadly among them being the Neo T-Rex. You'll need to work together with your team to stand a chance at taking them down. Oh no, is that a swarm of Neo T-Rexes? What are Leviathan's true intentions? Wait, what's the deal with this new exosuit? While it may look similar to Deadeye, this exosuit is a variant called Deadeye Alpha Burst Fighter. Unlike the default Deadeye, this variant comes equipped with a weapon that can burst fire or be used as a shotgun, allowing exofighters to change their style of play. Exosuit variants, including Deadeye Alpha, will be added in a title update following the full version's release. At the end of the video, we revealed Savage Gauntlet, a mode that lets you take on special 5-player missions that change weekly. In this mode, players can enjoy a change of pace from Dino Survival by competing against Exofighters from all over the world for the fastest completion time. More info about Exosuit variants and Savage Gauntlet will be revealed at the Xbox Games Showcase Extended. Be sure to tune in. And last but not least, we're excited to announce that we'll be holding a second open beta test. This time, we're including additional story-related missions, 10-player co-op missions, and other adjustments based on everyone's feedback. Check out the official website for dates and times. We hope you're all excited to try out this new content. Players will also receive a new reward for participating. Don't miss out. We'll continue to make adjustments to Exoprimal, leading up to the game's launch on July 14th. Thank you again for all.
Well, it's on Game Pass, so I'll try it out. I have Game Pass.
We look forward to seeing you in the second open beta test.
Pretty much anything that comes to Game
That's all we
Pass,
have
I'll
for
usually
today.
install and at least try it.
See you in the War Games. It's going to be a ton
Because I mean, I don't
of fun.
spend any extra money just to try something.
Next up is the last title we'll be showing off today.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is what they want to end with. Sweet. And when people said they don't do RPGs anymore, that.
Hi everyone, my name is Hideaki Itsuno, and I'm the
That's
director
an
of
RPG.
Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been over a year since we celebrated 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, and I can finally give you some more information
Yeah,
about the
they
new
announced
game.
it last year, but we didn't
First,
really see
let's
much.
take a look at the trailer we revealed the other day.
Yeah, this is I saw this trailer already. I don't know what it is with Capcom doing a showcase to present trailers they've already released. Don't get me wrong, Dragon's Dogma 2 looks incredible, but I don't still understand from a presentation perspective. Reusing trailers like they do all the time.
You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames?
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course. That begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen?
Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont!
That is most unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Yeah, I don't know why they do the trailer repeat thing. They do it all the time, and I don't understand at all. Because, like, the thing is,
what did you think?
It's not just that it appears at like
Action
Summer
RPG
Game Fest
game
and stuff like
Dragon's
that.
Dogma was released
It's
in
released
2012.
online publicly through
Now,
their
a
own
decade
channel,
later, I'm
so
proud
they've
to share
already
a look
sent
at
it
the
out to
highly
their
anticipated
fans. You know what I
sequel,
mean?
Dragon's Dogma 2.
So it's like,
Today I want to talk about two characteristics that Dragon's
Hopefully we
Dogma
see some
2
more of the
will
game,
inherit
though.
from its predecessor. First, Dragon's Dogma 2 will be a single-player game, but with pawns at your side, it will feel like co-op. And second, gameplay will feature action role-playing mechanics set in an open-world environment. In the Dragon's Dogma series, you embark on your adventures with pawns, otherworldly beings controlled by AI. Alongside the player-controlled Arisen, you can embark on your journey with a main pawn that can be customized to your liking, as well as up to 2 additional support pawns you can borrow from other players to form a party of up to 4 characters. Pawns are controlled by the AI and are now capable of even more precise decisions than in the previous title, helping you in the midst of battle.
Been a lot of
They can
times I've
also
played
help
Dragon's
guide you
Dogma.
to new locations, or give you a
I
high
forgot
five
about the pawn
following a
system.
successful battle. It really feels like playing in a party with other players. Dragon's Dogma 2 is built with the RE engine, resulting in a dense world woven with high graphical fidelity. You'll enjoy a world roughly 4 times the size of the original Dragon's Dogma, with more to experience than ever before. The characters and monsters that populate the world are given life thanks to the power of AI, and players will feel like they've been reborn in this vibrant fantasy world. You can look forward to a variety of vocations to choose from. Your vocation will shape your Arisen's role throughout the adventure. Will you take on enemies with swords? Magic? It's all up to you. We'll have much more to share in the future, but for now, I want to go over a few sections from the trailer that show what we've improved.
All of the
for
streams
Dragon's
have
Dogma
brutal
2.
like to dislike ratios. What streams? We can't see dislikes
This
anymore.
game is
so.
designed to enable players to take on situations in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive
My
physics
Ubisoft stream
brings
has a good like
pawns,
to dislike
monsters,
ratio.
and NPCs to life. What would happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg? What other exciting possibilities can you think of? Meet 2 characters pivotal to the story that also appear in the game's key art. Ulrika, a bow wielder with a deep connection to the Arisen, and Nadinia, a high priestess of the Beast Ring, which appear in the series for the first time. What destiny awaits? How will they affect your fate? The intricate relationships and situations you will encounter in the
the
game
like to dislike
are sure
add-on
to
is
keep you
actually
on your
broken,
toes.
and I know this because I have the like to dislike add-on. But I'm also a YouTuber that can see likes and dislikes, and it's not even close.
As well as new
There'll be times it'll
monsters,
tell me
such
it's
as
like,
Medusa.
oh,
You
it's
can
like a
look forward to new player
30%
vocations
like to
and many new
dislike, so it's like
experiences unique to
really
Dragon's
bad.
Dogma 2.
Then I go on my YouTube backend and I'm at a 95% like to dislike.
Please stay tuned for more information.
It doesn't work anymore.
Thank you so
YouTube
much
knows
for
about it
tuning
and they
in.
keep patching it out. So the add-on for like the dislike doesn't work anymore. YouTube patched it to make it now work.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam.
That's that.
And now, a quick look at the Capcom 40th Anniversary Sale.
Oh, that was the final game they
Kicking
were
things
showing.
off,
anyways.
we have well-known titles such as Dragon's Dogma and
Oh,
the
I
Ace
agree.
Attorney series.
Removing dislikes is stupid. What
Don't
is it?
miss this opportunity to pick up a few of Capcom's most
MKHB
influential hits
on one of
at
his
some great
podcast episodes
prices.
was asked like, "Hey, there's one.
To
If you were
celebrate, we're
CEO
also offering a
of
limited-time
YouTube
bundle
for a
of some
day,
of
what's the very
Capcom's
first thing you
major
would do?"
titles on Steam.
And he said, "Bring back dislikes being public."
That wraps up today's Capcom
There isn't
Showcase.
like any content creator
Thank you
that
for
wanted
watching.
that to go away.
We're always working on new
It's
games and
pivotal
updates,
feedback.
and we hope you're as
And
excited
the
as we are
excuse
for
YouTube
Capcom's
used
40th
of,
anniversary.
oh, we got to protect people. You know,
Thanks for watching.
small content creators
See you
getting
next
picked
time.
on. Look, there probably was small content creators getting picked on. But how does it protect them? We can still see the likes and dislikes on the back
Hey
end
everyone,
as
welcome to the
YouTubers.
Capcom Showcase post-show.
It doesn't
I'm
protect
Andy.
us
I'm
at
on the
all.
community team
We
at
can
Capcom.
still
And with
see
me
them.
Today we have Joe, also
So
from
then
the
what's
community
the-
team, and we have Nico. Nico, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey there, I'm Nico B. I'm a
course.
Capcom creator. As
How
well as a
long will it
creator
be
over
before
on
we can't
YouTube
see
and
him on the
Twitch,
back end?
And I'm really happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
So they have a post show. What's the post
Yeah,
show?
so we just got done with the Capcom Showcase. What was everyone's favorite part in the chat? Let us know. I think mine has to be Exoprimal. I love changing the rigs. I love just seeing which rig goes into like which situation and everything. And I'm a big dinosaur fan. So how about you, Joe?
Yeah, it's shaping up well. So much good stuff in there. Dragon's Dogma 2 for me. It's been very near dear to my heart. Super excited for it. But yeah, lots of good stuff. How about you, Nico?
Oh, absolutely. It has to be Ace Attorney. I'm so thrilled to see Apollo coming back. He's my boy.
So can I ask a
absolutely
question?
Thrilled to see that collection.
So
come
far
back.
in this post show.
And yeah, that's what leads us actually into what we're gonna be checking out here. Is actually done by the same creator of Ace Attorney, and that is Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective.
For those of you who
are they
don't
treating
know,
this like
Ghost
a wait?
Trick
Are they
is
trying
coming
to
out
treat this
on
like a
June
treehouse
30th
segment?
on PS4, Xbox, Steam, and Switch. It's a puzzle
Never
game.
mind. I might
A lot of
rescind
cool
my
puzzles.
criticism.
It's very narrative heavy, and you're basically Sissel, the main character, is
Are
trying to
they
find out
are they trying to
what
treat
happened
this like a
to him.
treehouse?
Why am I dead? Is what he basically asks himself, and you got to figure out through different
I'm cool
scenarios.
if they do this like
it's
a
really cool,
treehouse.
and we're actually gonna do something for you right now. Joe, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, so in the showcase, we just announced that the demo for this game is live on all the platforms that Andy mentioned. So we're going to take you through that demo. There are 2 chapters in this demo. Really, from the start of the game, you can get familiar with the characters, the game mechanics, just get a general sense of the vibe of it. And that brings us to what we're doing today, is walking us through it. And we couldn't ask for a better person to join us, and that's Nico.
Oh, heck yeah. Hopefully I can still remember how to do this. So
Cool.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's check it out.
It's the treehouse like.
We should set the stage for what we're seeing, right? Obviously, we're seeing a Pomeranian right there in the center who, unfortunately, is not moving
this
at
is
all.
totally like a treehouse. Okay.
Very tragic. We've got a strange person that's wandering around this
They
apartment.
didn't really. They didn't.
Just overall, just a really mysterious
Correction. They didn't
situation.
talk about anything Monster Hunter.
This is how all the scenarios kind of start, pretty much. The one before this, if you do play the demo, Chapter 1 stars Lynn. You're trying to save her, and now you're in this situation where you're trying to figure out first what's going on, like what's the scene, what's happening right now, and then you have to go into the puzzles and it's to figure out why I'm not going to say his name, but why the dog there is on his back.
Yeah, Nico, who are we playing as in this scenario?
So this we're playing as Sissel. And by this point, he's already gotten at least a decent grasp on his ghost trick abilities. And he's already averted one fate. And while we're here, we're going to go over here and check on our little friend down here.
Right
Say
now,
hello
our
to my
friend is
little
just a
friend.
blue flame or blue
Yes.
blob, I guess. Whatever.
He's not quite sure
having too much fun.
what their form is supposed to be. And every ghost that shows up in this game, when you first meet them, they always come out in this form. They essentially have to be reminded about who they are.
They are dead, so you know,
Yes.
you have to figure it out. I would too.
Let's hope we never find that out.
Right. I mean, you're right. Actually, no, I don't want to find that out. So you're talking to who you think is a dog.
Who you believe to be the dog there. To be fair, this character, no joke, was always my personal favorite when I played this game. Yeah, the energy of this little dude, this little guy.
There he is.
And I gave him this. Forgive me for this, but there's no time to lose. Miss Cabela, my Miss Cabela's in trouble.
I think that's exactly how he would sound.
Yeah,
actually, if he could talk, that's it right there.
Yeah, he was. He's so funny. Yes, this is Missile, the purebred, pure-blooded Pomeranian. He makes sure that you know that every time.
Right there.
Yeah,
Right there. I'm a Pomeranian.
I'm a Pomeranian.
Every time we post him on like the socials, everyone's like, Missile!
Yeah, everyone just screams Missile. Yep.
The cool thing about bringing this game back is I'm sure there's going to be a whole new generation of people naming their dogs Missile.
Oh, hopefully.
Yes. There's actually, I believe, also a Missile in Ace Attorney as well. So clearly the team is partial to the name. But yes, this little dog, he shows up quite a few times throughout the game, and he's just your best little buddy.
Yeah, so we're going to let this scenario play out, and this is basically how did Missile die, right?
Essentially.
4 minutes ago, we're going back in time, so let's do it.
So you're basically rewinding back to try and prevent what happened?
Pretty much, yeah. You're trying to go back and see exactly what led to what happened, and then from there, try to undo the events and avert the negative fate.
While working with the dog.
While working with the dog, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Dog is surprisingly sharp in this game, so he does his best, all right? And he definitely loves his owner, Miss Camilla, all right? He's very passionate about keeping her safe at all times.
With this version, there's like updated graphics.
Vertical LEDs was a good idea when building a stage fat. Look, I didn't want to say anything.
It looks so smooth.
Yeah, it does. I can already tell the improved frame rate and also the portraits look way sharper now. Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
I didn't want to say anything.
It really feels like
they
a
should be
fully realized
horizontal
version of that art
LEDs.
style that they're trying to hit.
But I'm trying not to be that critical.
The signature.
It is their attempt at a
I
treehouse
think the other
segment.
thing about
it's just
games
not
by
as entertaining as a
Shintakumi
treehouse
and the
segment.
team is
even though they're very text heavy, they feel like the dialogue just flows quickly, right?
Yeah,
And it has a lot of
it does,
impact.
yeah.
Like you can hear the voices for yourself.
So what's going on right now?
So we got this little girl. She's looking after her doggy. The doggy loves to bark at everything, and anyone who owns a Pomeranian will know this is very true.
Our neighbor here with that big glass.
She's got the big glass.
And you're paying attention to everything that's going on, because it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about the scenario too is as you're working through it multiple times, like there's dialogue that you can skip through, or it's just optional if you want that to pop back up for the extra hints.
Yeah, exactly. The nice thing is you will be able to actually like talk with your party essentially, or Sissel will think things to himself, which will help give you a clue in the right direction.
And when you watch these scenes, they're kind of almost, in a way, giving you a hint as to the next scenario, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
There we go.
You see something like that, and you think, that seems interesting. You have an idea, like piece together what it is that the game is expecting you to do in each moment.
Nice try.
A game that you have to focus on every single thing that's happening narratively at first before you actually get into the puzzle element, which I guess is gonna happen after this. But like right now, we're like, oh god, there's a mouse.
Yep.
What's gonna happen with that? And then how Missile reacts to that, and then it moves over to the neighbor. Kind of just have to have everything in your mind all at once to just see what you're gonna do next.
Dun dun dun.
No!
Blue assassin man.
Missile, no!
Oh my god. He looks stern. Don't really like it when these jobs outside the original scope crop up.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of feel like he's got this real, I don't know, like intense hitman.
Yeah, I have to
voice.
put it down as a separate charge. Accounting never likes that. But I guess it can't be.
I don't know how much more of
Sorry,
this I
kid.
can.
He's pointing a gun at the dog.
Nothing personal. Who would do
I can
that?
take.
Who would do that to a little Pomeranian doggy? Come on.
We don't like that.
I
don't like
legitimately
that. No,
might
we
just
gotta
let the
stop
stream run and
things.
walk away.
Look at that, I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Like, not even joking.
And yet the dog still looks so happy. he's still so full of energy.
Watch his own death. And
I
he's just
know.
like, welcome.
He can't help but welcome.
Can't help it.
No, this will not stand. We will not let this blue man get away with it.
And they're talking about Camilla's headphones, or sorry, Camilla's headphones.
Camilla's headphones, yeah.
And they just seem to be like the greatest headphones.
Yeah, apparently
that ever existed, right?
amazing noise canceling. So good. She didn't even hear the gunshot.
No, seriously. She's still reading her book too.
So clearly, the first thing we got to do is try to figure out a way to get this headphones off her head.
Yeah. All right, trick time.
Yeah, so kind of the core gameplay mechanics, right? You can use the trick ability to manipulate different objects, right?
That's right. So you can.
The game is fine.
When you get into the game here, if
Nothing
you
wrong with the
enter the
game.
ghost mode,
It
it actually
is what it
pauses
is.
everything. But in regular form here, it essentially will continue to play like a movie. You also will occasionally get little tips from your pals
just
here,
got a
or
nap
you'll
and
hear
I'm
what,
already yawning
Sissel's
again.
thoughts are.
They're putting me to sleep.
To help sort of give you a clear idea of what your main objective is.
Remind me,
and
guys,
it's good, 'cause
on
there definitely are
Discord
some moments
later,
where
that when
things are,
I
like,
go to bed
we're
tonight,
early on, so a lot of what we're going to be doing
turn
is
on the
pretty,
Capcom Showcase
self-explanatory,
pre-show
but
and
there definitely
post-show
get times, moments later on where you're definitely going to need maybe
to
a
help
little
me
bit
fall
extra
asleep
help
quicker.
to sort of get you to where you need to go. But you can mess around with the environment. Usually just manipulate it in small ways, like pushing the door here. So you got an umbrella up here.
Yeah, so we hate these headphones, right? We need to get rid of them.
Yeah. So we got to figure out some way to get them down. But yeah, it's like if we could just knock them right into that little fish
In
tank,
more
that would
fun news,
probably-
Skyrim has
probably
surpassed 60
destroy them, I
million
imagine, unless they're,
copies
like waterproof
sold.
headphones.
Those do exist.
That's true. Those actually do exist.
So we need to get the timing right on this then, right?
Yeah. So you got to wait for the right moment here. You can also look around the environment here too.
So all this is going to be coming into play a little bit later.
Yeah. But I think I did see a good moment when Camilla was grabbing her headphones, where she sort of seemingly kind of fumbled around a bit. So I think if I just maybe wait a bit. Yeah, there we go.
into the tank.
Right into the tank.
That was a frame perfect press.
Yeah, frame perfect press. Oh man, just bought those headphones. Those headphones were $1,000.
Oh my god. She's gonna blame Missile.
That's right. Ever the faithful little buddy. But at the very least, we bought ourselves some time, right? At least you'll hear the guy come in. I mean, granted, that's not really gonna solve, you know, her getting kidnapped.
Still a little bit more work to do.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna have a little bit more. Currently, we don't have really a lot of room to move, but so we got. Oh, there we go. And that should roll the donuts over. We actually have a thing we can mess with here.
Yeah. So the donuts are going to be really important, right? I mean,
yeah.
The cart and its placement is really important, and looks like she's kind of picking through that insanely big stack of donuts.
Hopefully she doesn't notice that it moves there. And oh, okay, it's just. I guess there must be a slant in the room there. She just kind of rolls with it, but yeah.
Missile moved it, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, if that happened to me, I'd be pretty freaked out.
I would be freaked out too. But then I'd be like, no, the dog did it.
Yeah.
The dog, it had to be the dog.
But doing that actually allows us to reach other areas of the room, and we can, you know, discover things by interacting with them here. So like, we can do this. Which just further infuriates our neighbor. Oh, we did do something though. We knocked a little thing down. And again, you can sort of like continue to get like
guy's a
updates
YouTuber,
and hints
right?
and ideas from
the guy in the glasses.
Your group here.
But
Missile
it just feels so forced.
By my own behavior.
Yeah.
Like he's forcing.
But he's graduated.
He probably got
from beyond
paid.
The balls to barking.
He probably
at,
got a nice paycheck to do this.
People and sounds instead. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying I wouldn't take the money.
Too that like there are
but
moments
it's pretty
where we really do have
cringe.
to time things. It is just like the umbrella, so like we need to be able to like get up here, which allows us to get over to this section.
Yeah.
There's also you can see there's a spot above it too.
Yeah, it looks like you can manipulate that.
Yeah, and that speeds it up a bit. Camilla does not seem to care much about it.
As all this possession happens around her. She's studious. She's reading her book, you know. She's like, I don't want to deal with anything.
My house is possessed.
You know, I don't know if it was the headphones' fault.
Yeah, actually, I think it's the book.
Yeah.
Something's going on with that book.
We can drop this. There's a little music box up there. I can't seem to actually manipulate it anyway, but it's there. It's there for some purpose. We can hop back down here again. I think if we slow down, we can actually hop back down to some of these objects too. So we got a picture here. We can rock a bit. So sometimes you kind of just have to. It's a little bit of trial and error. We got to see like what specifically can I do with this object. Sometimes you can't do things like the floor lamp. We can't seem to do anything with.
You just have to figure out with every single thing. Like, let's go here.
Yeah.
What around it can I manipulate and see like
So
how it is going to form the overall puzzle, pretty much.
Okay, so by doing that, we flip the ball.
But as Missile told us, he doesn't care about.
He doesn't care about the ball, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if we could actually get the dog underneath the couch in some way, or do something to get the girl underneath the couch to actually like, then she would be sort of out of sight from the guy that breaks in there. So what else have we not messed around with? We got the donuts too. Okay, went over to this side instead. Oh, it's a little, it's a little pink rat this time. There's a male rat that lives on the right, and then a little cute little pink rat that lives on the opposite side.
That's how we see Missile just going ballistic.
Yeah, Missile is over there, and he's barking at it. Doesn't like that rat either. Oh God, I'm about to flick this little rat around. Oh God!
It deserved it.
It deserves it.
Trying to steal that donut.
Also, what is going on with this apartment where they got rats just?
Yeah, I know, right?
And Camilla's like, hey.
Yeah.
I can afford the headphones, but this rat problem, man.
Yeah, apparently not cleaning.
Oh, but this did distract her. She did distract her, and then, just in the nick of time.
It's our boy.
It's our boy. Oh, he's here, huh? He just parks himself right there. Might as well make myself comfortable. Wow, they even have a bowl of donuts just for me.
How dare he?
How dare you? Just like that, a fate has been averted.
My favorite
She's
Sonic
still caught up in
character.
a bowl and shaking with fear.
I don't know. Oh, I've always liked Tails.
Love your missile voice.
Oh, thank you, yes. Honed over many years. But yes, we did it. And with that, I mean, he lived, and unfortunately, she seems to be keeping Missile from, barking and welcoming the murderous assassin into their apartment.
Hope you did it. You helped Missile out.
We did. We saved
Missile.
him. We saved our little
Missile.
buddy.
That was actually the important part. Camilla wasn't, but-
True, it's true.
You know.
It was really more about the dog.
Yeah. At least to me.
Yeah.
The game's over. We did it.
We did it. We beat it. That's
Don't
it.
need to solve our
The entire
fate.
demo was actually the entire game. This was it. All right, so this is kind of like where they just powwow at the end.
Yeah. Essentially, sort of explain what his powers are, because there are specific uses for it, where you can use it, and how you can change and affect the world around you, and that's sort of what sort of pushes the game's narrative.
He laughs like a depressed Seth
A lot
Rogen.
of stuff later on, I remember, is where you really start to mess with the environment in ways that sort of sets up almost like a
the entire
Goldberg,
stream was worth it for that
contraption,
comment.
that you use to
depressed
avert
Seth
characters'
Rogen.
fates and essentially get the outcome that you want.
Yeah.
It's really clever. It's such a clever system. Really, it's not something I've seen in any other game.
Yeah, I think like a lot of games.
That's
by
comment of the day,
Takumi,
man.
The way they kind of evolve those core mechanics over time.
The
get
Django
more and more
Dragon Master
complex,
with the
and,
comment of the day.
It gets more challenging too, right? There's just more ways to
Absolutely.
kind of figure it out. Yeah.
And truly, and the thing that I really that always gets me about these games, and I love seeing them, all these characters here now in beautiful high definition, but it's just the character, the charm that every one of these characters has in all these scenes. That everyone has something about them that makes them stand out and makes them unique.
Yeah.
So that's something I've just always loved about his and his team's games.
Yeah. And now that we've solved the mystery of Missile's death, I think we can call it there and let people kind of discover the rest for themselves.
I think the entire team is just excited for everyone to check this out. You saw a little bit of the demo here. You can play the demo now, just the first 2 chapters. But it's a upgraded version of the game. There's better frame rate, improved graphics, smoother graphics. There's newly arranged background music, which we've been listening to. But yeah, it comes out on June 30th. PS4, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Hope you guys check it out.
Just super excited for a new generation of players and returning players to come back to this. They get to play on the big screen, or you can play it on your Switch, where you can take it on the go. So yeah, just going to be really excited to see some of the reactions to people discovering it for the first time or coming back to it. So
check out this game. There's nothing quite like the experience that you get from this. It's such a charming story full with just such lovable characters. I can guarantee that you will come to the end really enjoying the experience that you had. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me. I was so glad to join you for this.
Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, before that, if you guys want to pre-order Ghost Trick now,
Is
you can
that
get
it? Is
4
that the
different
only game you're
backgrounds
showing?
and 2 different background music tracks. I think that's it for us, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed Ghost Trick demo. Download it right now, and we will see you next time.
Okay. Is that it? Is that all they have in their post show? Was just that? Darn. I want to see some more of the Dragon's Dogma 2. I was hoping they put that in their post show. All right. Well, I guess that was that. All right. Oh, I think that's going to do it then. I might work on another video. I got to go check on my family, make sure everything's good with dinner and everything. And then, yeah, who knows? You might see a video tonight. We'll see. I gotta see if there's anything to make a video on at the moment that I can do pretty quickly. The 2 extra codes I have for giveaways, I'm gonna save them from Prime Gaming Fest. I'm gonna save them and just randomly give them away whenever, because I just want to double check and make sure I give, enough time for people who won those codes to submit for them. Granted, they should already have submitted, but you know, we did have someone ask for a code 2 days after they won it. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot on who that was, but anyways, thank you guys, and we'll catch you, well, in the next video. Next live stream is tomorrow, but next video. Bye, guys.